Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for January 2018 and for your love reading for the year of 2018. This is Elizabeth from channeledguidance.com. So I've already shuffled the deck. Let's go ahead and begin. You did have a jumping card from this deck, so let's see what it is. And you have the Knight of Swords. So for some of you, this can be an air sign that's very significant to you. This can be someone who is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this can be a lot of unpredictable energy around your love life. Okay, so I'm going to put it back in the deck and we will see if it comes up for you again. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Virgo for January 2018. First card you have, Virgo, is a Devil. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. The Four of Swords. The Eight of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. The Ten of Swords. The Three of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for January 2018. Temperance. The Prince of Cups. And the Hangman. Okay, and the main energy around your love life for the month of January. Let me just reach in here, see what your message is. And interesting enough, it is the King of Swords. Remember that the Knight of Swords jumped for you, and I felt like it could be an air sign. Here's your confirmation. This can be a male or female, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, so we will come back to that card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's focus on the first 3 cards. Okay, so you have the Devil, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So this is kind of telling you an interesting story. I feel like for some of you, you may have had somebody leave a relationship, because the Four of Swords is telling me somebody took a step back from the relationship. Somebody either asked for some space, somebody moved out, somebody seems to be moving away from you. Maybe there's just some distance between you. And you do have this with the Devil, which is a major arcana, and it's a significant influence that is affecting either your relationship or your love life. And usually with the Devil, this is something that is not positive. This can be someone that became really pessimistic about your relationship or your marriage, a lot of fears. This can be someone where there was a strong temptation. Maybe when it comes to another person, maybe it was even you. I just kind of see some type of, negative influence in a relationship. Whether it was just someone becoming really pessimistic, somebody getting cold feet, somebody doing something to sabotage your relationship, somebody walking away. But then things turn around right here. This is something happening that was very unexpected. This is unexpected excitement. So it could be, seeing the Four of Swords there, that somebody left your life, maybe under very difficult circumstances because of the Devil. This is some type of, excitement because something is finally happening that you have been waiting for. And, I see somebody kind of taking a step back from a relationship or a marriage with the Four of Swords. It's like, there is excitement around someone returning, or there is excitement about a relationship or a marriage actually working out. The Eight of Wands can also be communication, a message, maybe from a past lover, maybe somebody that left you for someone else, or somebody that asked for some space, or a relationship that maybe just kind of really took a turn for the worse with that Devil energy. There is positive energy around that. There is positive energy around relationships where things just got really ugly or difficult, or somebody even kind of took a step back from the relationship or the marriage, or maybe actually left. Again, excitement and change. Okay, so moving on to the next row here. You have the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. See, it's a persistent message because I see that again here. You have the Three of Swords and you have the Four of Swords right above it. The Three of Swords, this is telling me that there was either a breakup, movement towards a divorce, if not a divorce, or somebody's heart was absolutely broken. This is a card of heartache and pain. And it is right next to, the Ten of Swords, which is telling me that it's time to move on from that. So for some of you, because you have, you know, an ending, but you also have a new beginning over here, it could be that, you know, your heart was broken and maybe somebody did leave you. Maybe that relationship is over. I feel like there's two messages. For some of you, maybe your marriage is over, a relationship ended, and you have been maybe mourning this relationship with the Ten of Swords. You found it really hard to move on. If that is the case, you're moving on because you have the Ace of Cups. This is either a new person coming into your life. For some of you, this can be why you have this King of Swords, someone who's an air sign. That could be a new love interest for you. But of course, the Ace of Cups can mean that this is a relationship that's being rekindled. And that could be why I see this excitement here, or some type of communication that really, you know, that really fires you up. But I see that somebody here, someone's heart was broken and somebody has found it really hard to move on. So I feel like for the sign of Virgo, you've either been through a painful breakup, a divorce, and you've just not been able to pick yourself up and walk away. But I feel like something is happening, either a new person or someone is returning. A very kind of unexpected new beginning that has you really excited. Okay, so the last three cards down here, you've got Temperance, the Prince of Cups, and the Hangman. So for some of you, you may kind of feel like there's nothing you can do about your situation because you have Temperance and the Hangman. Both of these cards represent non-action. This is you kind of feeling in limbo, feeling stuck, and this card is telling you to be patient. Don't push things to the extreme. This can be giving someone an ultimatum or getting yourself all worked up. There is some positive change around your love life with this card right in the middle of these two cards, because these two cards are just saying that you're feeling like there's nothing you can do about your love life. You feel in limbo, either because someone left and there's nothing you can do, or maybe you're not meeting anyone and there's nothing you can do. This card is telling you sit tight. There is some type of positive change around your love life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some confirmation from the same deck. See what comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January 2018? You have the King of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. I'll put it here so you can see it. So we're going over these three cards. So for Virgo, there could be someone who, we have another court card, someone who is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That's very significant to you. This can be your partner, or for those who are single, this can be somebody new that's coming into your life. But it's kind of looking at these three cards, I feel like there is a water sign, possibly your partner, because you do have a marriage card here, or someone that you live with, a live-in partner. This card represents the home. There is confusion with the Seven of Cups. This means that you're feeling a little bit lost when it comes to this water sign. Like maybe you don't know if they're coming back, because you do have some really difficult cards in this reading, although there is positive energy around that. Like, yes, there is something difficult happening, but things are going to get better. But I feel like you're a little bit lost and confused about this water sign. Like maybe you don't know if the relationship is moving towards marriage. You don't know if you're moving in together. You just you don't know where you stand with this energy. This is a firm foundation, but it's like you don't know with the Seven of Cups. For some of you, there can even be, there are two court cards in this reading. A water sign and an air sign. So for some of you, because you have the Seven of Cups, this can be confusion because you are in love with two people. This card can represent choices and not being able to choose. Maybe you are interested in two people, or maybe the person that you love is kind of going back and forth between two people. But I feel like there is some type of marriage at stake here. Either you're hoping to marry this person, or this is the person that you're living with, or the person that you're married to. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for January 2018? You have the Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords. So this is a repeating card because you have the Four of Swords right here. And then the final card is the King of Wands. So you have another court card. I'll put it here. The main message from this deck for January 2018 is the Wheel of Fortune. So this card is just telling you that January is a time of movement for you and a time of change. For those of you who have not been meeting anyone, there are plenty of people in this reading. Again, a water sign, an air sign, now a fire sign. There are new people coming in for singles, but even for those who are coupled, this is a time of movement where your heart has been broken, where maybe someone has walked away, where there has been something difficult, painful in a relationship. It's finally time for that to change. There is positive movement around your love life. Okay, so let's take a look at these 3 cards right here. So the Seven of Swords, I mean, I can't help but feel that for some of you there could have been deceit. I mean, especially because it's right next to the Devil. For some of you, there could have been deceit in a relationship. There could have been someone else in the picture, because I mean, you do have the Seven of Cups, which can mean sometimes that there's too many choices, and then you have all these court cards in this reading. The Seven of Swords can mean that somebody lied to you. Maybe that's what was, you know, almost destroyed a relationship, which I see right here. Maybe that's why there was a breakup or a divorce, why somebody needed some space. There could have been some deceit. But this can even be you. There could be some self-deceit about what is happening in your love life. It could be that you don't want to see what is happening. You do have a really strong message right here. Repeating card, Four of Swords. 2 completely different decks, same card. So for some of you, this could be a message that it's time to step back from a relationship to see what's really happening. The Seven of Swords can also mean that you need to take the blinders off and see what's really going on in your love life. But the Four of Swords, this can also, again, it can mean that somebody walked away from a relationship. It can even be you, that you're feeling the need to just kind of take care of you. This is a card also of healing. You may need to heal from a breakup. You may need to heal from something really difficult that happened in a relationship or a marriage. Hard to tell in a general reading, but I mean, for some of you, this can be that you're healing in the month of January, or you're dealing with a relationship or a person that is asking for some space. It can even be you. You know, but there is another person here. This can even be you if you have a moon or a rising sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So if that's you, kind of use your intuition here. If you have a moon or rising sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this is you. These cards are for you. They're telling you that you need time to heal and you need time to see the truth. That's what these cards are telling you. Now, if you don't have a moon or rising sign in those signs, if it's your partner, if your partner is a fire sign, or they have a moon or a rising sign in that energy, then it could be, you know, that they need some space. They need time to figure things out. Again, a repeating card from 2 different decks, always highly significant. It could be that they need some time to figure things out. And maybe by not allowing them to do that, because you do have the Seven of Swords, you know, you're working against you. The Seven of Swords can mean that you're being your own worst enemy. That makes sense with Temperance down here, which is kind of saying, like, just sit tight, just hold on. Don't do anything crazy. Yes, you are feeling a little bit stuck. You're feeling in limbo. I mean, this card definitely makes sense. Feeling in limbo because you're feeling lost and confused about your relationship. For some of, I mean, I feel like Virgo has definitely got some weird energy going on here. Let's just look at it before I move on to the reading for 2018. There are some kind of interesting messages here. Although I see, you know, difficult energy here. Possibly someone asking for space, repeating card. Somebody kind of saying, let me figure things out, see what's going to happen with us. Let me just have this time. Again, this could be, you know, that someone has become really pessimistic and they just don't know if your relationship is going to work out, or they don't know if they want it to. But for some of you, there could have been some cheating, some lying, yet there's excitement around this. It's like maybe there was something that happened in a marriage or in a relationship, but that is turning around with the Eight of Wands. And this definitely ties in with the main energy from the second deck. January 2018 is a time for your love life to take a change for the better, a turn for the better. So again, painful energy, somebody probably walking away or asking for space, yet excitement around that. Down here, let me just move this out of the way. A breakup, a divorce, not being able to move on, yet a new beginning. So for some of you, it could be a new beginning with the same partner, or it could be a new beginning with somebody new. Down here, this card's telling you just sit tight. Yes, you're feeling stuck and in limbo. You don't know what in the world's going on in your love life, but there is movement and change around your love life, around your relationship. These three cards over here, there is some type of confusion or difficulty choosing with the Seven of Cups with a water sign or someone in that energy, and this can be moving towards marriage or the person that you're living with. So kind of interesting messages for the month of January. I just feel like for some of you, I feel like Virgo has either been through a breakup, or you're fearing moving towards a breakup, or somebody has maybe asked for some space where you haven't quite broken up. And I feel like there is going to be a positive outcome to that. So maybe someone has asked for space and you're terrified they're not going to return, or they're going to ask for a divorce, but there is excitement and there is a new beginning. And again, you do have the Four of Wands for those who are already married. This is a marriage that has a firm foundation. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to your general reading, well, not general reading, your love reading for all of 2018. And this is going to be what I call a double reading, because I'm not just going to pull 9 cards from one deck. I'm going to pull 9 cards from one deck, but then I'm going to pull another 9 from another deck, just to give us more insight into what is coming up for you in 2018. I've already shuffled the deck. I'm just going to get these out of the way because this was your reading for January. And I am offering on my website, in case you like this reading, I am going to be offering the double reading, even a triple reading, in case you have specific questions about your love life and your partner. Okay, so this is the deck I'm going to be using. I forgot to mention that all the decks that I'm using are going to be listed in the updates page on my website, because I always get questions. Just look there. You will also find out when I'm posting the readings and everything you need to know. Okay, what is coming up for the sign of Virgo for the year of 2018? There it is again. 3 of Swords. Love reading for Virgo for 2018. Look at that. The Devil. Repeating cards. The Hierophant. Love reading for Virgo for 2018. The Tower. Judgment. The 3 of Cups. The 2 of Wands. The Knight of Wands. And the 9 of Coins. And the most important message for you for 2018, the main energy. The Knight of Coins. So this is telling you that you will be moving either towards marriage for those who are single. Your love life is improving or your marriage is improving, but this is slow progress. This is telling you you're going to get to where you want to get eventually. Just be patient, and that was a message that you had for January as well. Okay, so let's take a look to see what you have going on here. Let me just focus on the first 3 cards. So you have the 3 of Swords, the Devil, and the Hierophant. So these 2 cards, and I think, yeah, these are the only 2 cards that you had from January. But I was kind of surprised because it was a strong message for you in the January reading, and you start off with that energy. So I feel like this is an accurate reading of what you had for January. So again, it could be that you're dealing with a divorce. It could be that you're dealing with a breakup, something very painful, or just kind of a lot of misunderstandings with your partner, or feeling really pessimistic about your love life. And then you have the Devil, you know, kind of telling me that, you know, there is something, again, is significant. It's a major arcana, something significant that you can't escape, that is kind of hurting your love life. For some of you, this can be someone else. If you are in that situation, it's not for everyone, but I mean, that was a message for January. But this can also just be that, you know, the relationship just seems to be going downhill. You do have the Hierophant here telling me that there is strong you have a strong spiritual connection with your partner. And just like with the other reading, there are positive cards, even though there are challenging cards here. So I feel like even though maybe you're broken up, or someone's talking about divorce, or maybe your heart's just breaking and there's a really kind of negative influence in your love life and your relationship, this is, you know, the soulmate card. This is a card of kindred spirits and kind of a strong spiritual pull towards someone, because you feel you belong together. So for some of you, you're choosing to stick it out in 2018. You're holding on to your relationship even though there's something difficult, maybe even something downright ugly happening in your love life. You're choosing to stay with this person because you feel they are a kindred spirit and a soulmate. Now, the next cards that you have here, you have the Tower, Judgment, and the Three of Cups. So, you know, that message continues. Yes, there's some type of, it's a major arcana, some type of significant event, something very unexpected, and you do have a new beginning right next to it. Judgment. This is a new beginning, you know, where you thought all was lost. So this is all kind of tying in with what's going on up here. I feel like, you know, in 2018, you might kind of feel like a relationship has just, you know, it's just reached a point where there's no fixing this. That's the energy of Judgment. But this also is the card of Phoenix rising from the ashes. So a relationship you thought was just a lost cause, there's an unexpected turn of events. And then you have this card of happiness and marriage and children and joy and laughter. So strong message here that you may go through something difficult in a relationship where you may kind of feel that you're losing the person. You may feel that, you know, that it's not going to work out. But there is some type of unexpected twist of fate here with the Tower. This is something shocking, a shocking revelation. It could be that you're moving towards a divorce and then you hear the unexpected words that I still love you, or I don't want a divorce after all. This is just kind of, you know, a shocking turn of events. And again, happiness. I mean, seeing these two cards tells me that, again, something that you thought, a person you thought was just kind of gone. This could even be someone from the past returning, where that is kind of a shocking turn of events. You thought that person was completely gone from your life. For those of you maybe that are kind of hoping for an ex to come back into your life, I see that happening right here. Sudden, you know, turn of events, shocking events, the past returning, and then just kind of celebrating that reunion. And this can also be, you know, a relationship that was kind of nearing an end because of this, possibly moving towards marriage with the Three of Cups. This is just a lot of happiness and a lot of celebration because there is some type of new beginning that was very unexpected in 2018. Now down here, you do have a message here again, because I mean this is a repeating energy from the Two of Wands. Is a lot like the Knight of Coins, which was the most important message for you for 2018. This is a card of delays and waiting. So I feel like things are going to improve in your love life in 2018, no matter what is going on with you. Single, married, coupled. Things are improving with the Knight of Coins. But this is slow progress. And this is telling you that you're going to have to kind of wait a little bit, but there will be movement. There will be movement. You have the Knight of Wands. And this is, again, this is telling you to hang in there, to be determined, be persistent in what you want. If what you want is to hold on to your marriage, to attract a new partner, be persistent. And the focus is on you. You end with your energy with the Nine of Coins. This is a card of somebody being really self-confident and putting themselves first. So I also feel like for some of you, because the Nine of Coins is just such a personal card, that it could be there has to be a delay because you have to work on you. You have to focus on yourself, focus on feeling successful, rebuilding your life. But I feel like if you're going through something difficult in a relationship or a marriage where, again, something painful happened, I feel like things turn around in a very kind of unexpected way. And I see you celebrating that right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and this is why it's called a double reading, I'm not going to do the same thing I did for January. I'm going to use another deck. Yes, here it is. But I'm going to pull more cards to see how that ties in with what we see here. I've already shuffled, so let's begin. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for 2018? You have the King of Wands. I'm just going to put them over the cards. The King of Swords, which is interesting because this came up for you in January as the main energy, someone who's an air sign. Justice, Strength, the Seven of Pentacles. I already see kind of a repeating message from what's underneath. The World, the Seven of Cups, repeating card from January. The Nine of Pentacles, repeating card because it's already right here. And the Five of Wands. The most important message from this deck for 2018. The Ten of Pentacles. So a marriage. And this is a marriage where this is a stable marriage. This is not just marriage, but this is abundance and kind of, you know, a financial legacy. For some of you, maybe you're terrified that your marriage is going downhill. You're terrified how this is going to affect your children, your finances. This is telling you that there is stability around you in 2018. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Let's go back up. Now, what's interesting is that you have two court cards again, and this is a repeating card because you did have it in January as a main energy. It was not just a card in the reading, it was the main energy. For some of you, there is an air sign that's very, very significant. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This can be either you, if you have a moon or rising sign in that energy, or it could be your partner, or it can even be someone new coming into your life in 2018 if you're single. But you also have a fire sign. And I'm pretty sure you had a fire sign in the other reading. I do have the cards right here. I'm pretty sure you had a fire sign. It could be that it's underneath here somewhere. But again, this could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So I know you had it in there somewhere. So again, very significant for you. This could even be somebody new that is coming into your life, or it could be your partner. You do have the Justice card, which is telling me again, you know, that there could be an apology from someone from the past. When this card comes up in a love reading, I always get the energy of someone trying to make things up to you, someone trying to make things right, an apology. You were done wrong in some way, maybe by an air sign or a fire sign, or maybe both. Someone's trying to make things up to you this year. Or it could be that the universe is trying to make things up for you. You know, as far as the difficult energy that's underneath these cards. This is the time to make things up to you. Now, down here, you have Strength, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and the World. So this is what I was saying when I saw these cards. This is repeating energy from what is underneath. Because the Strength card is telling you to be brave and to be strong. You are going through something difficult. And it's underneath one of these cards. You know what? It was in the other deck. You had Temperance, which is very similar to this energy here. So the Strength card is just telling you to be brave. And this could be that you're becoming really pessimistic about your relationship. You feel that something's happened in 2018 where you may just kind of want to cave in as far as your thoughts. But this is telling you to kind of stop and look at what's happening in your love life very carefully. Now, because it was a repeating card in January, it could be that your partner is doing this. The Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of kind of weighing your options when it comes to your love life, weighing your options when it comes to a relationship, and you just needing to hang in there. There is some type of new beginning with the World here. But this also means that, you know, you're moving from one cycle to another. For some of you, you're moving towards a more committed relationship, or you're moving towards a stronger marriage, because the World is a card of endings and new beginnings. Moving from one cycle in a relationship or in a marriage to another cycle. But there is a need to kind of stop and evaluate to see what has gone on before. Remember that you have Justice telling you that in 2018 that either someone's trying to make things up to you, or the universe is trying to kind of fix things for you so that you are happier, so that things are much better for you. This could take time with the Knight of Coins being here. This is slow progress, but there is something that you need to look at with the Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, this can be that in 2018, you need to like really kind of analyze what has happened in your love life in 2017 or before. What has happened in a marriage or in a relationship. And maybe you have to be brave, and maybe in confronting your partner or in admitting certain things to yourself. But again, it's time for a new era when it comes to your love life in 2018. It's time for certain things to come to an end, whether it's a marriage that's not working out, a relationship, or it could be it's time for certain arguments, certain patterns in a relationship or a marriage. It's time for that to come to an end. Now down here, what you have is the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So, you know, this card came up for you in January. This is confusion. So I feel like there can be some confusion again in 2018 as far as, do I stay or go? Are they still with me or not? You've got to put yourself first, because this is a repeating card. I'll just move this card so you can see it. You've got to put yourself first. So I feel like for some of you, you cannot put your life on hold because you're waiting for someone to come back. Or you can't put your life on hold because there was a painful breakup. I just see somebody kind of lost here, and then a repeating message here of you needing to focus on you, and you need to focus on your goals, kind of rebuilding your self-esteem. And, you know, I see a struggle here with the Five of Wands. I see some type of struggle happening, and this could be a struggle as far as being a, you know, kind of needing to move on from a partner. There's many different messages coming through this reading, probably because I'm using two decks. But I mean, this is a card of a struggle. Either there could be a lot of conflict with your partner, or there could be some type of conflict within you. And because you have the Nine of Pentacles 2 times, this can be conflict within you as far as just kind of choosing to give someone the space that they need. Now let me take a look at this one more time. Just kind of seeing, you know, what energies were underneath here. Again, Three of Swords, painful energy, your heart breaking, possibly a divorce, possibly with someone who is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Some type of unhealthy energy or unhealthy relationship or negative influence or something really challenging happening in a marriage or in a relationship, possibly with someone who is an air sign. So this would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone is trying to make things up to you in 2018. Or there could be an apology, possibly from someone that is very close to you. Someone who is a kindred spirit, someone who is a soulmate. Or you're really kind of feeling, could also be that you're really kind of feeling that pull towards someone that you really feel that you belong with. And this is your time to finally have that sense of justice, maybe for those who are single. Now over here, the Tower. This is telling you, be brave, be strong, because there is some type of very, very unexpected, shocking turn of events here. So just be strong, don't give in to negative thinking. Here you have Judgment, some type of new beginning, a relationship you thought was gone, a lost cause. It could be that here someone is really looking at this very carefully, weighing their options. So again, it could be that someone that was walking away, someone that was kind of moving towards ending a relationship is looking at this carefully, just seeing if, you know, if that is really what they want to do. The World and the Three of Cups, some type of ending, kind of moving towards a new cycle, but it comes with a lot of happiness. So I feel like for many of you, you're just leaving a really difficult cycle in your life behind you in 2018. Maybe, you know, a cycle where there was a lot of arguments or movement towards divorce or separation. It's time to open, you know, a new chapter in your love life, but it does come with a lot of happiness. This can even be moving towards marriage. Down here, you got the Seven of Cups with the Two of Wands. So there can't be confusion about why things are taking so long. This is being lost and confused and just having to wait. But the main energy from the deck was the Knight of Coins, telling you that things are going to take time to work themselves out. So don't be surprised if you're feeling a little bit confused about what's going on in your love life. There is going to have to be a little bit of a wait and kind of figuring things out and everything coming together. And you do have this focus on you with the Nine of Pentacles. You need to kind of raise your self-esteem, be more self-confident, and you need this to move forward in your love life. With the Knight of Wands, this is a very self-confident energy where you just go after what you want, but you need to be strong enough to do that. You really need to believe in yourself. And again, repeating message with the Nine of Coins. Again, this is you and possibly some type of struggle. Like you really kind of need to put yourself first when it comes to your love life. Don't let that distract you from you, from whatever it is that you need to be doing right now. and the main energies. I'm just going to bring them up here. Things are improving for you in 2018. Your love life is moving forward. Although this may not happen right away, I do see some difficult energy here, although I do see happiness as well. For those who are already married, this is a stable marriage. For those who are hoping to move towards marriage, this is you finally getting there. This is a sense of stability. So again, I feel that 2018 will be very positive for you. I feel like things will slowly improve. For those that are kind of, you know, you're on the brink of a divorce or a breakup, I feel like there could be a very kind of pleasant turn of events. And I saw that in January, and then I see that in this reading as well. Okay, Virgo, this has been your reading for January 2018 and for the year of 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.